Alright folks, it's Nightmare once again, Twisted Nightmare Gaming, and I am coming to you with a Trickstar deck profile. And this one's going to be quite different from, most other Trickstar builds where they focus primarily on competitive play. The reason for that is because this Trickstar build is roughly like 43 cards, and the main and extra deck is 100% Trickstar. I run a minimum of one copy of every single Trickstar monster and spell and or trap that has come out in the TCG that I could get my hands on. But the side deck, you'll understand why this deck has a little bit more versatility than most. So let's get started. So of course, you're gonna start off with your 3. Trickstar, I can do everything. Trickstar, I have a bunch of options now. Trickstar Candina. You always run 3. If you say you run less, you're an idiot. Point blank period. Now I run 2 of the new Trickstar Corbane, aka Trickstar Honest, aka Trickstar I can get myself back if I need to get myself back. Most people are only running 1. I will read her effect real quick. As if you control no monsters or all the monsters you control are Trickstar monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. During the damage step, when your Trickstar monster battles an opponent's monster, quick effect. Send this card from the hand to the graveyard. That monster gains the attack equal to the original attack, equal to its original attack to the end of the turn. You can only activate one. You can only use 1 Corbane per turn, and only once that turn. Alright, double Lily. Where most people run 1. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, I was contemplating running 3. I settled on 2 because having all 3 lilies in hand at one time is a complete another brick. And you will sit there with that little 800 bitch in your hand doing absolutely jack shit, except for hitting your opponent life points for 1 turn for 800, and then proceeding to get stomped square in the face. And you know her, you hate her, Triple Licorice. She's the main burner. We all know that. People hate that, but that's what she does. She burns your life for searching, she burns your life for drawing, she burns your life for adding. So here comes what I like to call the bad. So I run double Mandrake, and for those who have absolutely no clue what Mandrake does, Mandrake says if this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense position for banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard as link material for the link summon of a Trickstar monster, you can target 1 monster and opponent's link monster points to destroy it. You can only use each effect of Mandrake once per turn. Triple Trickstar Narcissus. I'll read that one too because I can guarantee you most people don't use these cards, so they probably don't know what the hell they do. If your opponent takes effect damage step during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Narcissus once per turn. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or graveyard, inflict 200 damage to them immediately after it resolves. So, you ash me, I have this on field, you take 200. You drove me, she's on field, you take 200. Yeah, I'm probably going to end my turn after that, but at least that and light stage on field You're taking 400. That's fine with me. That's a worthy trade-off. I have ways of making sure you don't kill me. Double Nightshade. And Nightshade is, if this card is sent to the grave as link material for the link summon of a Trickstar monster, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only activate this effect once per turn. And then the last monster, Triple Road-Ode. Road-Ode is, you can discard one Trickstar card. Doesn't have to be a monster. It could be the spells, it could be the traps, it could be the monsters, doesn't really matter. Then target one Trickstar Link monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect of Road-Ode once per turn. Each time a card or cards is banished from your opponent's graveyard, immediately inflict 2,000 damage, 200 damage by fault, to your opponent for each card banished. So this actually comes in handy when they do a bunch of what do you call it? Thunder Dragon bullshit. Alright, so that's all the monsters. 20 monsters. And then for my one-ofs for non-Trickstar cards, Foolish, Monster Reborn, Raigeki. It's kind of self-explanatory on all three. One's one-sided board wipe. One lets me dump something to the grave. And Monster Reborn is Monster Reborn because it's Monster Reborn. So, like I said, running all of the Trickstar spells and traps. So, double Bouquet. Bouquet, target one Trickstar monster you control and one face-up monster on the field. Return that Trickstar monster to your hand, and if you do, the other monster gains attack equal to the original attack of the return monster until the end of the turn. You can only activate one of these per turn. Alright. Double Fusion. It's probably with a banish effect. It's probably with a negative drawback banish effect. You can if this is in the graveyard, you can banish it, add a Trickstar monster to your hand, but you can't normal summon, set, or special summon a monster with that card's name that turn. One Light Arena. Long story short, target a card, target a back row. Opponent can't activate it in response. In phase, if they have to activate it, if it misses timing, it goes back to the hand. I don't want to send shit back to my opponent's hand, but like I said, I'm running everything, so it kind of has to be that way. Triple Light Stage. I'm not explaining Light Stage. If you are a Yu-Gi-Oh player that has been playing since the first set of the Link era, you know what Light Stage does. I'm not explaining it. One live stage, and this is the newest field spell, and it's not all that good, but I actually don't mind it. When this card is activated, you can add one Trickstar monster from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use each of the following effects of Live Stage once per turn, and also you cannot special summon monsters until you activate these effects except for Trickstar monsters, even if this card leaves the field. If you control a Trickstar Link monster, you can special summon one Trickstar token, Light Fairy, level 1/0/0. If your opponent controls a card in their spell and trap zone, you can special summon one Trickstar token. I mean, it does meet the requirements, you know, gives you half the requirements for Sweet Band Guitar. I will say that. Triple Twin Titty. You already know what it is. I discard the pop to do a double pop. And one World Legacy Succession. Alright, so that's it for the spells. And now for the traps. And yes, I do run more traps than most people do on Trickstar. So, triple D barrier. Because Thunder Dragons are a thing, and they are annoying. And Azathoth is a thing, and it is extremely fucking annoying. Yes, I can side this out if I so choose. I probably won't. Unless I'm not, unless I'm playing something that doesn't really need me to use that. But we don't like Azathoth around here. We don't like Thunder Dragons around here. So, fuck them. Solemn Judgment. And then, you love it, you know it, you hate it. Trickstar players love it. Triple Reincarnation. That's it for the main. Let's move on to the extra deck real quick. So, triple sweet guitar, band suit guitar. Let's see. Requires Trickstar Link Monster, 1 Trickstar Monster, so it's a good thing we run a lot of Link 1 Trickstar Monsters in this deck. Effect damage inflicted to your opponent by your Trickstar Link Monster linked to this card is doubled. If your opponent takes damage by a Trickstar Monster's effect, this card gains attack equal to the damage they took. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card attack this turn, the attacked gain from this effect returns to 0. You can then add 1 Trickstar Monster from your graveyard to your hand. So it does have decent recursion. I'm happy about that. Alright, so triple Bella Madonna. I'm not gonna sit here and read all of these at this point. 1 Black Cat Bat, 1 Bloom, 1 She Should Have Never Been Made, She Should Have Been Better, 2 Delphinium, 2 Devardis. I'll read Devardis because, she's kind of new. Some people don't know what she does. The older ones, you can go look those up. They've been around for over a year. It's been out like 2 weeks. You can only control 1 Devardis. This card is special summoned, inflict 200 damage to your opponent. If your opponent normal or special summons monsters, inflict 200 damage to your opponent. Now I can understand why you can only control 1 of these. Because if you control 2, plus light stage on field, that's 600 damage per every summon. Every normal or special summon. And the last Trickstar monster in the extra deck is Holly Angel. That was kind of self-explanatory. Alright. Alright, so a little explanation on the side deck. The side deck, if you remember from last year seeing Trickstar winning Worlds, the guy who was running Trickstars was running a lot of good shit in the main deck, and then his side deck was just as good. So I took some of the stuff from both and put it in and made a 15-card side deck. I happen to really like the side deck because the side deck is literally meant to piss off your opponent. So triple Cyber Dragon with a Mega Fleet. It's kind of self-explanatory. We want to clear my opponent's extra monster zones. We want to clear that shit. So, you know, the Cyber Dragon into the Mega Fleet. There you go. Alright. Because you knew it was coming, double draw. Because Called by the Grave is a thing, double bell. Because I just don't like your shit, double ogre. Basically, 6 monsters that will never be put on the main board. That's what that equals. 6 monsters that will never be put on the main board. Double Inspector Border. Cause yeah, if we can turn this into a grind game, we'll do that. And then the last card, Triple Ghost. Because with the exception of Mega Fleet, everything in the main and the extra deck is light. Inspector Border's light. Cyber Dragon's light. Do I really need to explain this any further? But folks, that was it for the profile. I know Twisted, when he gets a little bit more time, he has stated that he is going to be doing some more profiles here soon. So be on the lookout for those. I know some of the Vanguard stuff still hasn't been able to get put up on the channel, and we do apologize for that. It's just technical difficulties would be the nicest way we can put it. This will probably be put up after I put up the 60 card Dino Wrestler, Lost World Dino Wrestler deck, which I am going, like I said in that video, I believe I am going to do a 40 slash, somewhere between 40 and 45 card version of that deck too. But I am also waiting on the remainder of the Dino Wrestler cards to come out, so I can just do a 100% pure, well, I can't even say 100% because it'll probably be Dino Wrestlers and Kaijus. I happen to like the interaction with the combination of Dino Wrestlers and Kaijus in the same deck. But I more than likely will not run, the rest of the Lost World part of it, except for Lost World itself and Terraforming. Those will probably be interchangeable. That'll probably be ran in that deck, just like World Dino Wrestling. I do have other deck profiles coming up here. In the next few weeks, I will probably be profiling a couple of Versus System decks, because I know I have not gotten a chance to do it yet. I will profile my one and only Pokemon deck, and for those who are subscribed to the channel, who are, who primarily were on here for Pokemon, we appreciate your patience and we're trying to get more Pokemon stuff on the channel. It's just been scheduling conflicts with one of the people that I was trying to get to try to upload that for me. Or at least record the profiles for me. It's trying to meet up with him to try to get the stuff, because the days that Pokemon League are at one of the main local spots here in Orlando, it's on a day that I work, and then he works the days that I'm off. So you see the problem in that. But as soon as we get those, we'll have more profiles up, more Pokemon deck profiles. But it's enough on that. As always, folks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for all future notifications. As I stated in previous videos, I am actively pushing stuff to Twitter now on a regular basis. Instagram is still a little bit harder because, you know, you have a limit of how much time you can post it. Otherwise, I'd post the entire video. And for those who still have a Tumblr account, even though, you know, what Tumblr was really for at that time frame, I do push the videos to Tumblr because I do pretty much just use the Tumblr account now strictly to put stuff on the channel, from the channel now. We also put it on the main YouTube channel, and then we both put it on our individual Facebook pages as well. So this has been Twisted Nightmare Gaming, signing